Hello, everybody. I was just about to say hello, and Mr. P shouted in my ear. Thank you for joining me. I'm Jane Morton. I'm the psychic counsellor, and I am back with you after a 6-week, I think, break. Keeps having these little breaks. So, thank you for joining. Let's see who we've got on. Oh, and if you want to have a little look on there, you can see how you can get hold of me on my Facebook page, Aroma Rose Heart, and you'll see what services I offer, because I do lots of different things, but psychic counselling it is tonight. And if you're new to watching me, you can ask me a question. It can be a spiritual question, it can be about your own journey, or you can ask me a personal question, and I will answer where I can. And if I can't answer, I will tell you I can't answer. So excuse me if my voice goes in and out. I've just said to Mr. Producer, I've got a little bit of a tickly throat going on. So I'm feeling a little bit sensitive and delicate. But anyway, so I might do lots of drinking as well. So, Mr. P, who have we got on? Oh, and please be mindful, we stream from YouTube and Facebook. So you may not see everybody's comment, and you might be wondering who I'm talking to, but they could be on the other stream. So I'm not talking to myself. Hi, Joy. Thank you for joining. And you're new. Thank you very much, Joy. Hi, Wendy. Thank you for joining us. Hello, Kelly McKeaton. Hi, I never get this right. Do I? Christiana. Is that Christiane? Yeah. Thank you for joining. Hi, Nicola Humphreys. Is there a leaf? And hi, Hasval. Okay, I always get this wrong. Hasval, thank you for joining, Hasval. Hi, Rosemary Selleck. Selleck reminds me of Tom Selleck, that does. Nice little picture of a baby. Oh, I'll just let you all know, because I don't like to, brag. I became a grandmother again this week. My daughter had a baby, so I am a nanny again, a nanny to free. And celebrations. Anyway, hello, Caroline May from Dagenham. Hi, Susan. Hi, Diamond Deb. Hello, Pamela Astil. Lots of dogs popping up on here, isn't there? Hello, Kimbo. Oi, oi, to you and all. Hi, Patricia. Where are you all today? I'm here. Hello, Terry. Lovely Terry. Oh, this one, eh, Richard? Miss Alison Barton. Hello. Looking forward to seeing you soon. Hi, AC. Hello, Heidi. What's gone all quiet? Are you asleep, Mr. P? Hello, Ruth Townsend. See, let me voice going again. Hi, Claire Colbeck. Hello, Lisa Wilkinson. Oh, thank you. Hello, Brenda Fish. Hello, Mary Gardner. Oh, thank you, everyone, for your congrats. Hi, Lenny Hopkins. The one we always say sounds like a pop star. Hi, Chantal. From Portsmouth. Well, hey, Chantal, that's where I am. We're filming from Portsmouth. Oh, yeah. So, if Chantal, if you're filming from Portsmouth, we are, is that Saturday or the one with Polly? Polly's doing a mediumship show in Portsmouth, well, on the outskirts, Portsmouth Cosham, not Cosham, Paulsgrove, isn't it? Porchester. Oh, yeah, I shouldn't say Paulsgrove. If you want to come, there's tickets still available, and SPTV will be filming, and I will be there along with Alison Barton, I do believe. So let us know, Chantal. Hello, Anna and Anne. Sorry, eyesight went all funny then. Hi, Nadia from Belgium. She might be new to me, Mr. P. Hi, Joe Wilkinson. Hello, Lynn Taylor. Oh, hi, Terry. I'm joking. Hi, Sherry. Hello, Sarah Simmons. Oh, one more. Two little ducky swans they are. Diane. Hi, Diane. So, as anyone, we've had a few hellos. A few of you I recognise from previous. Some of you will know that I do this show. I do the Sunday Sofa, and I occasionally pop up like I will be Friday night doing Sense in Spirit. So tune in for that one as well. Oh, and you're from the USA. Lovely. So if anyone wants to ask me something, please do. Mr. P will go through the comments. Let me know what your thoughts are. If you want me to give you some guidance on some spiritual questions, you've got any questions you want to ask spiritually, it's a little bit of a chat. It's a mixture of chat show, some guidance, some information. And as a psychic counsellor, it's a little bit different to when I do my tarot. It is based on counselling sort of information, but it's done in a more spiritual way. And I am trained. No, it doesn't have to be a spiritual question either. And I am trained in that. I do have qualifications in that. I'm not just giving myself a weird title. Holly Jean, did I make the right decision with my ex? These questions always say, they're like, did I right the right decision? What I'm going to say, because as I'm pulling you a card, when someone's not comfortable about something, or they're indecisive about something, or they're actually not trusting somebody, it is your instinct, your gut instinct, that's making you feel like that. So although we can all overreact, it is our bodies warning us. It is our psychic ability, our intuition that's kicking in to sort of make us, nudge us along. So something was niggling away at you. That said, I don't know if someone's had any eye problems around you. I feel like someone's just poked me in the eye. My left eye is quite sore. I feel like someone's got some problems with their eye. Don't know if they're having some surgery on it. This is the card I pulled for you. Is that the right side, Mr. P? Yeah, it's number 16 and it's disruption. And if anyone knows the tarot, the actual tarot cards, this is very similar to the Tower. So straight away that's told me whatever's been going on with you and your ex, you've clearly not had what I call a settled relationship. It's been a little bit upheavaled. Sometimes when you look at that card, it can make you feel a little bit like you've enclosed yourself inside all those bricks and kept yourself hidden. And I do think there's probably something going on within you actually that sometimes makes it a little bit hard for you to open up. But that said, I also feel that there was a protection going on around you because you weren't comfortable. I just feel that the right decision with your ex, it's the decision at the time that was making you were just not comfortable. You had to do something about it. I don't know what this is. This eye that I've just mentioned, you have to let us know, Holly. The eye feels like someone's poked me. I'm also getting a feeling of disruption around my body. I feel like I've had some kind of, how can I explain this? I feel like my body's had some kind of physical sort of disruption. I feel very uneven. I feel like whatever's been going on is affected you emotionally and physically, and it was the right thing to do at the time. And I'm not going to say at the time and change your mind, because something inside you was churning over and over again. That's how it's making me feel when I look at this. I feel like I want to get a bulldozer and smash that right down, flatten it down, and actually start again and have a clean slate. That is probably the words that's coming out the most, actually. I'm getting clean slate. You needed a clean slate. And I don't think the answers you were getting from your ex were actually helping you. You weren't getting anything back in that direction. So let us know, Holly, and let us know about this eye, because I feel like someone's had something wrong with their eye. Again, I don't know if that's because someone's been upset. Maybe it's a physical thing, but I do feel the eye's had some sort of surgery, or someone around you's had some surgery. So let us know. But never go back on the decision. You have to trust your gut. The initial thought you first get is always the right thought. It's when we talk ourselves out of things that we make mistakes. Something inside you made you make a decision. Even if people were whispering in your ears, that makes no difference. It was your initial gut reaction, so you've got to stick with it. So I hope that is making sense to you, Holly. Let us know. Mr. P, is she answering or? Might have to get a cough sweet in a minute. She's done a runner. She's made a decision and done a runner. Okie doke. Anyone else? Come on, Mr. P. He's trying to do 6 things at once. I'm just trying to do this. How do I pronounce that? Mayor? Is that Mayor? Mayor. What is psychic counselling, Mayor? Psychic counselling, it's basically what I wanted to do as a psychic. I wanted to understand why I was a psychic and how I could do some of the stuff I could do. So I just came across the course and thought, oh, this looks interesting. Let's have a look. And because over 20 odd years ago I trained as a counsellor, I did my first year in counselling, conventional counselling. I'd already had that way with me that doing counselling. I'm also a mentor with teenagers, so I do a lot of things that represent sort of that caring, sort of helping people. I'm also a healer in my, I'm a holistic therapist. So I had to understand the psychic stuff. So I came across this course, and when I read up on it, it was really about understanding your psychic ability and how you use it in a more, I suppose, conventional way, as in not in the old-fashioned tarot and crystal ball and looking like a scary gypsy, and that's not being in any way derogative to anyone before. Because I get called that all the time, and I have got gypsy roots, but it's the way people see you with the headscarf, the earrings, those days are long gone. Scary people. Psychics are psychics. They're quite normal people. We walk around doing the same things as everybody else. We just have an ability to tune in. But I had to understand why. So I understood the psychic side, but also what goes on in someone's head. So it was quite intense in a way, because it was learning the science behind it, which is typical me. And you put the two together, and that's how you work. And when I do psychic counselling sessions, sometimes they don't need more than one. Sometimes they might come back for 2 or 3. So it's not, again, like a conventional counsellor where you would go continuously. And also, because it didn't work for me being a counsellor, we both talk. I don't sit and listen. We both talk. I let the person talk about different things, and then I make notes, and we're talking general. So it's a much more relaxed environment, but it's done with a spiritual and psychic sort of ability. And I enjoy it, and I think most of my clients have enjoyed it. And it does give a sort of a nice sort of fresher look on problems that you may not get the answers to in a general tarot reading, or even a healing session. It's a bit more in depth. It can go a bit deep. So it's not for the faint-hearted if you are trying to hide something. Again, not saying people do, but we all have things going on that sometimes we just don't want anyone to chip into. So I hope that makes sense. Holly? Okay. Thank you, Holly. Mr. Producer's just read out your comments. He couldn't get the software up for me. So thank you for confirming about the eye. Thank you for confirming about your ex. And just, when people are on a different just path, when they're doing it, even, rightly or wrongly, we can't help them. People have to help themselves, and if people are going down that route as well, where it's a bit self-destruct, and sort of you can now get the disruption around that, because we disrupt our own lives, but we also disrupt others when we're down that path. We really can't do anything. It's painful to watch our loved ones or people we care about, but we can't do anything. So I think you've made the right decision. You've made the right decision. There's a life out there for you to live. You can't help others that are not willing to grasp their own life. And I know quite a bit about addiction, so it's been in my family. I recently lost someone myself from that, so you do need to look after yourself as well. So thanks, Holly, for confirming that, and thank you, Mayor, for saying that sounds interesting. Alison, guidance on whether I should meet up with some strange people this weekend, please. Do you know what, Alison? I'll just say go for it. Because these strange people, I mean, they might look a bit strange on the outside, but they're all right on the inside. So I'd say just go with it and wait till you see us in person. We'll pay you back for that one. Okay? So you don't need, yeah, because of that, you can buy the dinners and the drinks are all on you. But yeah, meet those strange people. See what they're really like in the flesh. You might be a little bit disappointed, Alison. Heidi will tell you, won't you, Heidi? She's watching. Are we disappointing in the flesh, Heidi? But yeah, come on, Alison, move on. You're not having a card. You're getting me in the flesh. Suzanne Riches. Hi, Jane and everyone. Hi, Suzanne. Oh, look, there's babies. There's babies and dogs everywhere. That's what my week's been all about, babies and dogs. Hi, Gemma Harris. First time watching. Thank you. Claire Colbeck. How can I heal and find my true self? I've been told I need to do this before moving forward on my spiritual journey. Yeah. How can I say this? That could be, yeah. I forgot I was live then. Oh, Claire. How can I put it? Some people say you have to heal yourself before you start on a spiritual journey, but the spiritual journey is a healing process, because a spiritual journey isn't a nice clear path that's been, you know, newly tarmacked for you, or a lovely clear stream. It is a learning curve. It is there are things put in front of you on purpose to acknowledge and understand your spiritual journey. So healing comes with it. What we do along that journey and what we learn, we're healing with it. I think when some people say, oh, you need to find your true self, you're finding your true self while you're on that journey. And for me, and I, you know, I strongly believe this with others, we don't actually stop that journey. That continues and continues till we pass over, because we have to be open to learning all the time and understanding all the time and accepting the new things that come in, and even listening to everybody else's ideas or how they follow their journey, because we're not always right, or we have different points on it. So it's interesting to listen to others and how they go about their day-to-day spiritual work. So for me, finding your true self, excuse me before it's going to go, comes with that. And to heal yourself, I mean, I'm a healer, I said that earlier. When you practice as a healer, when you become a practitioner, I teach and I'm a practitioner. One of the things you teach your practitioners when they become one is that you self-heal. That's the process of becoming a practitioner, because before you'd go out and heal clients, you need to keep working on yourself and healing yourself to make sure that you are open to everything and allowing that channeling to go on. So again, it all comes with that journey. There's not a specific thing you have to do and then you can go and step onto a spiritual journey or become a reader or a medium or a healer or any other kind of spiritual work. It is part of the process. I'm going to pick you a card, Claire. Let's see if we can get you a nice spiritual one. You may be pulled towards doing healing, and that may help you to deal with things. But I will say as well, most people I know that do this kind of work, I've got moving on, Mr. P, number 6, have all had some kind of trauma in their life, sometimes more than one. We've experienced lots of life experiences, which gives us the ability to understand people that come and see us, our sitters, people we work with, because we can usually relate to different experiences because we've experienced so many. And we also are probably dealing with hurts and past, what people have done to us in the past as well. So we are a wealth of knowledge and ability that we are still learning to accept. And when you work like this, or you step on a journey for yourself, the healing comes about the knowledge you open yourself up to and acceptance of yourself, because we're all a little bit harsh on ourselves. Moving on is a nice card because he's moving from the dark to the light, and not in a bad, not the dark side. It's just he's coming out of himself, moving on to the light. There's lots of leaves and they're green in front of him, which is green is all about new starts. It's about abundance in yourself. It's about just wealth of yourself. So it's not about getting loads of money. It's about getting just that knowledge, that greenery around you. And it's also a great way of showing sort of how new plants start with green. The ones behind him on the card, the leaves are more autonomic, so they're the leaves that are dying off. So moving on is letting go of your past, letting go of any past hurt. Not an easy thing to do, and certainly not something you can do overnight, but it's bit by bit letting parts of your past that you've probably locked away fall out, reassess, and finally deal with, and moving on. And the more you move on spiritually, the more all that will suddenly start falling away. So I hope that makes sense to you, Claire. That's what that card is for you, moving on from past trauma, because I think that's probably where someone may have mentioned the healing to you and looking after yourself. But we've all got stuff in our past that we have to learn to accept and move on. So much love to you, Claire, and get on that journey. Stop it, Mr. P. Stop it before my voice goes. Heidi Spicer, yes. That's all I'm saying to that. Yes, if you wish to do so, please do show it to me at the weekend. If you can make it in time, I'd love to see it. Now then, you naughty people, get off and let the people ask proper questions. Joe, can I have some guidance, please? Okay, Joe. Have I met Joe before, Mr. P? Is she a regular? She feels familiar. Patience I've got for you, Joe, number 14. Please can I ask for some guidance? My granny died 7 years ago today. Would really like some help going forward as I'm feeling really flat at the moment. Okay, Joe. Do you sit and talk to your granny? I just felt you in quite a quiet place. I know you're saying you're feeling a bit flat at the moment, but I feel that you've been sat in somewhere on your own. No, it's my first time on it. Okay, Joe, sorry. You must have a very familiar face. We've maybe met in a past life. I just feel that you're sitting somewhere quite quiet. I don't know if it's in your house. It's really hard for me to focus what you're doing, but I feel like you're talking out loud, even if it is loud in your head, asking for some help. I feel like Granny may have been the person that you would have gone and sat with, not necessarily have had deep conversations with, but you just would have sat with for comfort when things weren't going well. So I feel like you're talking more to her since she's passed, if that makes sense, about things that are going on in your life at the moment. It's really weird as well. I'm getting runner beans around her. I don't know what that means. You have to excuse me. I only get what they tell me. But I'm getting some runner beans. I don't know if she grew runner beans. I don't know if you helped her do something with these beans, because I'm seeing you with her doing something. And I'm feeling that the flatness that you described, a lot of people are feeling that at the moment. A lot of people are suffering from headaches. A lot of people are suffering from breathing problems. I know I am at the moment. And a lot of people are feeling quite flat. And I know straight away people will say it's because of the pandemic. It's not. There's a lot of energy floating around at the moment, lots of energy. It's stirring things up. It's turning the energy around. There's always energy around people. That's scientifically proved, so we don't have to worry if people don't believe me. It is a fact. But it's whatever's going on with this energetic field around us, it is affecting our mood swings and some of our health related problems. And it's, in a way, I feel like it's gearing us up for something. So don't overthink the flatness at the moment, because I think there's so many out there at the moment. She used to cook them for us and I hated them as they were really stringy. So I don't know if you helped her cut them or picked. This is what I'm seeing. Inside a runner bean, you get funny little seedy things. Some can be purple, some can be yellowy white. And I feel like you would flick them out, or if they were on your plate, you would hide them. So I don't know if that is making sense. You obviously hated them, but I just feel that's what you were doing, and it is making me laugh. So it's something she was showing me, and I just thought, right, I'm going to have to show that. Granny is always with you. We all forget sometimes that our loved ones can see us, and they are always with us. And it is hard when we can't see them physically and touch them again and be with them. But that doesn't mean they aren't enveloping us with love all the time. So please don't think she's not, especially as I'm picking up those runner beans. It's very clear she is still with you, because she's shown me that for some reason. I don't know if it was something comical or if it's something you've all talked about since. But please don't think for 1 minute Granny's not with you. And try, when you're talking out, try and talk out a little bit more positive or clearer to her, because I really do feel this is what you're doing, because she will be showing you in ways. Yes, I used to hide them. Yeah, that's what I thought. You were picking them out. And I don't blame you. But actually, I like runner beans now, but I hated them as a kid. She will listen, and she will show you the answers that you're asking her in a different way, because I do feel you are going through something at the moment and you're asking for guidance, because she would have been the person as a youngster you would have gone to for comfort, and now as an adult you want answers, and I think that's who you're going to. So please go with that, Joe, and just talk out loud and see what signs you get with that, and start eating runner beans. She might come down and show you more. I don't know if someone else has also bought a plant. This is random. You know, like the what they called, Mr. P, the Japanesey plants everyone buys. I buy them. They die, orchids, isn't it? No, you know, like it's a really long stem and it's just like an orchid on the end, and they just drop off. And yeah, I don't know if someone's bought something like that and the flowers all dropped off within the first week or so, because I'm seeing this plant looking quite sorry for itself, and I'm actually feeling that someone's actually either hid it somewhere or they're contemplating on chucking it out. It's not dead. It's just lost its orchids, flowers. It needs a little bit of love and care. So I don't know if that's relevant to you, Joe, but I've just seen that. I feel like someone's hiding it in a room that no one can see it because it looks dead, because it's just a stem. Again, random, but that's what I've just been shown. So I hope that makes sense. And eat your beans. They don't. Runner beans don't. And they're only stringy if they're horrible ones. Hi, Lisa Pearl. Good afternoon to you. It's evening here, so where are you? Hello, Anne McLennan. Is that? You have to excuse me, people. Terrible with pronunciations, especially now I'm a little bit coldy. Sounds like I got blocked nose. Nikki Weston. I have tried healing, psychometric. Is that right? Psychometric. It has been my dream for many years to work on platform to help heal grief by proving there is more, but I don't seem to get anywhere. Advice, thank you. So you've done healing. I'm a little bit out of sorts with psychometric. Give me a little bit of thingy on that, Mr. P. That's what I thought. Yeah, so it's more theory. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's a study, but it's still, yeah. So I'm just trying to break this down, Nikki. Bear with me. So your dream was to be on platform and help people. So, right, I don't go to churches, and I'm not part of any church or SNU or independent churches, but I know that some of their platforms, if I'm right, they have like a healing thing. Don't know that where people go up and have healing, or they pick people out and have healing. So are you feeling that's what you want to do, a platform, like bring people to heal, where like platform mediums would go up and obviously do platform mediumship and pick people out in the audience? You want to heal them more of a physical sort of thing. That's what I'm getting, but you don't seem to be getting anywhere. Okay, well, this might come across a bit harsh, so I'm going to pick you a card first to soften the blow. There we go. I got obstacles and challenges, number 5. Yes, it does. So that's why I'm glad that card came out. That's the card that came out. I didn't pick it on choice. But I feel that, one, there is something blocking you. If you've got it on the screen yet, Mr. P. There is definitely something blocking you. I don't know if the spiritual side of healing alongside the psychometric, yeah, it's number 5, it's purple edged, it's a little bit like a seesaw. One's they're not balancing each other out. They're almost counteracting each other out. In fact, when I said seesaw, if you look at the card, it's like they're on a plank of wood and it's broken in the middle because it doesn't seem to be sitting properly. The obstacles, when I look at that, always remind me of orbs floating around. And obviously, I believe orbs are spirits. Yes, I do, Jane. So, yeah, that's what you want to do. Something's telling me some of the blockages at the moment and why you're not getting anywhere is because there's a blockage within you. I feel there's an element at the moment that you don't 100% trust your healing ability. I don't know what modality, what can I say, that modality, healing modality you're doing, because I'm getting a couple of different things around you. I'm getting crystals around you, but I'm also getting some kind of shamanic. It's making me go to the ground. Also, I'm itching. Sorry if anyone's wondering what I'm doing. I've just started itching my skin. I don't know if you suffer with your skin, or when you're nervous, you get some sort of psoriasis. I'm just starting to itch for some reason. I don't know why. And it's not my jumper because I wash it in fairy. But I am, just let me know if you've got any skin stuff I'm picking up there. But I just feel that you're either not working with the right healing modality, or you've got two different types going on and you're not finding your niche. But something's holding you back. It's you that's holding yourself back. It's not anything in particular. And I think it's a hard one, because anyone working with good intent, which we should all be doing in any work we do like this, we should all be working with good intent. Yes, we all like to make a living, but actually it's to help others, and we should remember that. Sometimes we overthink what we want to do for others, and we're trying to plan it and trying to make it look, or just be lovely. This is really mad. I'm getting a feeling of Jesus, when like he went out and healed people in the Bible, because I don't read the Bible, but anyway, I did it as a kid. I'm just getting this feeling that that's what you sort of want. You want people to come and you just want to make the whole world better. Your job here at Nikki isn't to make the whole world better. It's to just help in your community area first and foremost, and then work out from there. None of us are sent here to be to help the world. We're just here as all little cogs. We all work together to do that. It's not our sole purpose to do it on our own. They are bad at the moment. I feel like I don't know my niche. They are bad at the moment. What's bad? Oh, our hands are bad. Would you say? Okay, sorry. So flaring up because you've got some form of maybe that's why I'm itching, arthritis or some kind of problem. One thing I will say, hands-on healing, as lovely as it isn't a priority. It certainly isn't required. During lockdown, I learned very quickly when people were asking me to do online healing. Didn't sit comfortably with me at first, but they were asking, so I thought I'd give it a go, and we worked together to see how it would suit and if it would work. Healing can be sent anywhere, and it can be done in person or online. We send it as a group, sometimes healing to others. It's just as powerful if the intent is there. So if you're struggling with your hands, don't use them. Just be in the room and work with the person from that distance. Right, so that's why I'm itching. Okay, yeah, so I can understand that. That would also, I know, you would probably worry you if you were doing hands-on. You wouldn't want to necessarily see people you would be worried it might put people off if you had clients to do healing and you had hands like that. So step back and just have them at a distance and do it from there. I do Rahani, and with Rahani you hover over them. It's very similar to Reiki. It's just a fifth dimensional. It's a slightly higher energy from third dimensional, but you don't have to touch them. That's my choice because that's how I've worked. But you haven't got to. So maybe at the moment work without touching. My main thing, Jane, is I do have the ability to do this line of work. I used the wrong word. Ability is what we use psychically and in mediumship. Healing, we're channeled. We are channeled. When we're doing a healing, we are being channeled, similar to spirit work. So we are not walking around with red hot hands and touching everything and turning it to gold, or just literally like you see when they used to go around and touch people with leprosy and stuff like that. We truly aren't powerful. We are truly not walking around doing that. We've been chosen to be light workers, because that's what we are, and we are being channeled to work. They are working through us to help others. So if you are enjoying it, if healing is where you are comfortable, you've just got to find your niche of what is going to be comfortable, or how it wants to work with you. And maybe you haven't found the right way of healing. And sometimes, because I'm a great believer, it doesn't matter what certificate you hold, healing is healing. It doesn't have to have a name in front of it. It's about the intent that goes with it. So healing is as plain as that. It's healing. It doesn't need to have all these fancy names in front of it. So maybe just strip it back and be more, basic back with it, and not overthink the touching. Maybe that's what you've got to do, because these obstacles and challenges on this card are definitely telling me it's obstacles you're putting in the way. And although your hands would be a worry, it's something that can be overcome. So find another avenue and don't touch the clients when on the days your hands are not their best. To do it up on platform, I don't think I've ever been anywhere where there's been a large event where everyone would be coming up for healing. I've been to fairs and we've had healing rooms where people have come into the more quiet area and have healing. We're doing a spiritual weekend in March. Myself and some others will be in there doing healing for short sessions one of the days. So I don't think I've ever known anyone to actually go up on stage and do it from that angle. And maybe that, again, it's how you're thinking about that. You maybe need to strip it back, because some of these obstacles may not be as big as you think. So I hope that sort of makes sense, Nikki. But don't let your hands stop you doing that kind of work, because there's other ways of sending that healing and that intent to your people that come to you. Okay? So I hope that helps. So Mr. P is telling me some of the comments aren't coming through. He doesn't know why and he can't explain it. He's the one with all the technology and I've just got to go with it. So sorry if I look down, sorry if I laugh, sorry if I'm like what. He's obviously, some of these comments I'm not going to see. He's going to have to feed me back the information. Thank you, Nikki. Stick with your healing. I've always said to people, if I had to choose, if someone said to me, right, you can only do one of your practices, that's all you can do now, I would always pick healing. I would stop doing any of my psychic, mediumship, anything like that. I would do healing. It's an amazing thing and it helps so many people. So, but maybe start small. Don't think big, because we can heal in a small way and still make a massive difference. Okay, who else have we got? Hello, Veronica. We got any retrograde going on? Hi, Karen Lloyd. Looking very glam. Are you asking me that? Was that a comment? David Outlaw. My spirit guides tell me we will find a new home soon. Do you have any advice on what I can ask them regarding the situation? We've been looking for 8 months and really fed up now. Regarding the situation. Okay. So David, when they're I've just suddenly got this little posse sat around you. I feel like when you're asking your spirit guides, are you asking one guide in particular, or are you just asking guides and you're getting this information? Because I feel like they're having some kind of chairing panel and it's a little bit of conflicted information that you're getting. 8 months is nothing when you're looking for a house or a home, especially if it's the one that you're looking to set more roots in and be more permanent, as the people call it, their forever home. I've just picked number 5, financial and material changes for you. So it is on the cards. I think at the moment it's not the period of time that's the problem. It's the properties you're looking at. I don't know if you've got a particular property that, like when we all have we have an idea in our head of our dream property, but we're never going to tick all the boxes because it just doesn't happen. I do feel there's a particular property you've drawn up in your head of what you want, and nothing's meeting that because it's slightly unrealistic, if I'm going to be honest. But that said, I do feel that there are plans with that. I'm just saying actually plans. I'm feeling like it's some kind of off-plan project. I don't know if you're thinking of buying from scratch and building, because I've just suddenly got a load of concrete being poured. I'm also getting some kind of big JCB truck thing, like someone's doing construction work. I don't know if you've been looking at new builds, properties that are obviously being built, and you're going to pick a plot and have a drawing of what the house would look like, because I'm being drawn that way. I'm seeing lots of earth being churned up, lots of sort of soil in different colours where it's all being, foundations are done. That is where I feel the property is going, and I think that it's more about coming back a bit and not looking to tick. Say you had 10 good reasons for the house, be realistic and know that it's not going to tick all 10, so go with what's really important, what you really want. Don't be fed up by it. I have got the month of May around you for some reason. It's just given me May. I know that might seem a little bit far away at the moment, but you've waited 8 months, so what's another 5? And I know that might seem like, oh, I don't want to do another 5, but when you're looking for something, if it is something that you're looking to plan and do as a forever home, you need to have more time involved in that. The other thing I will say as well, when I was saying about your spirit guides sitting around, I felt like they were sitting around having some sort of little panel around it. Maybe only ask for one guide to come in and talk to the one guide on a more one-to-one when you're trying to connect, because I think you're getting conflicting information, and maybe that's why you're not finding the property at the moment. It is there. I am getting the month of May. I am getting bulldozers. And the really weird thing, and it's going to sound a little bit spooky, and I'm not sure where you're living, David, but the land that is being dug up feels like it's been there's some kind of ancient history around it. I don't know. I mean, I hope they don't find any dead bodies, because that would put if they find bones and stuff, but that's going to put it back a bit. But I am seeing some kind of ancient burial site around it. I don't know if it's in some kind of medieval town. I'm getting something ancient medieval around it. So I don't know if that makes any sense to where you've been looking, if the town or the place you're looking has got some kind of history. So let us know. But look for May. May is what I'm looking for. Okay. Hi, Lisa Paris. Hello, Nikki. Love the pattern in the background. That, Nikki, is my tree of life. It's quite a big one. Like what they call dress panels, aren't they? Dressing room dividers, dress dividers. But we used to use it in the studios, didn't we, Mr. P? So it came home with me when we didn't have the studios no more, because it's mine. Hello, Eli. Good evening. I want to go like that. Look at that. Gemma Harris. I'd love a card if you are drawn to me. Some things going on that I'd love guidance on. Okay, let's see what we can get with you. Mr. P, let me know if David Outlaw comes back on. Let's see what Gemma's got going on. I feel like my head cold is starting to take over my head. Right, I've got Heart Chakra Review, number 4. But when I turned it, it didn't necessarily make. I mean, everyone straight away thinks, oh, heart, affairs of the heart. Someone's breaking your heart. I didn't get that when I initially turned out. I got more of as I was thinking about you, I was seeing strange. I was seeing some sort of grass lawn, some weird concrete, what they called edging, some sort of weird concrete pattern edging around the lawn. I was getting shown someone sat near a shed. It was quite random. I was felt like I was in somebody's garden. Sun was shining. Certainly haven't got that. I'm not sure where you're from, Gemma, but we certainly haven't got it in here. I mean, you've got Least We Forget, so you're obviously somewhere in our country. I felt it was a bit random that someone was sat in a garden. I felt I'd gone back in a past memory for you. I was going back on somebody. They were sat in a garden near some kind of shed. The garden had a lot of grass. There was some kind of raised border. And when I say raised border, I remember seeing it in Victorian houses where it's like a knobbly bit of concrete that divided grass to bedding plant sort of areas. So I was getting that, but I feel like that's someone in the past. So I was going back. So I don't know if that's something relevant to what's going on with you at the moment in a past memory. In regards to guidance, I've also got a bit of I'm seeing a coffee machine. I've got to try and decipher this because I feel like my head's spinning with this. I feel there's an issue going on with work. I'm getting shown a coffee machine. I think it's some kind of communal area where people are at work. And I'm still going back to this, I'm going to say man sat in the garden. Can you let me know if that memory, and it's definitely a memory, it's not recent, of this man makes any sense? Because I feel like I need more information on him to go forward. Something's pulling me back to him. So let us know, Gemma. Is she answering Mr. P? Hi. Or maybe that was a comment before he asked the question. No. All right then. I know that. Gemma, let me know. I need to go back more on this man in the garden. This garden, if the way I've described it makes any sense to you. It's going back to summer memories of the summer. I want to go summer holidays, something to do with the summer holidays. But I'm getting pulled back to that. So guidance-wise, I don't know if it's relevant to losing somebody and there's something going on around that, or that also there's something in your current work life going on as well. I feel like there's some kind of underlying stuff going on in work. I feel like gossiping's going on. So some kind of gossiping going on. You know, people are in work sometimes where they're talking when you walk out of rooms. That's what I'm feeling when you're in this communal area. When someone leaves, there's something going on. Just let me know, Gemma, so I can just put a bit more, tune in a bit more to that, because it's not very clear what I'm picking up. Anyone else, Mr. P? Laura K. Oh, relationship readings, fun. Will I be in a romantic relationship soon? Looks like you are in one with that parrot. Love your showing that parrot. That's a lovely looking bird as well. Sometimes I think some people worry too much about finding a relationship or a person to be in our life, and I know a lot of people harp on about their soulmate. We've got loads of soulmates. In case it disappoints anyone, we have more than one. And our twin flames, we don't always find them in the same lifetime. They sometimes appear, but our relationship should always be of ourselves first, because when we're, a question was asked earlier, wasn't it, I think with Holly, when we're in love with ourselves, and I don't mean looking at ourselves going, oh, look at me, I'm so gorgeous, but when we actually feel truly comfortable with ourselves, sorry, Mr. P's not behaving tonight. But we send off a radiance. Our aura expands, our aura changes. So we put out a different aura. And when we've got that feeling around us, it attracts other people. So I always say to my one-to-one sittings, if someone is looking for a relationship or they're feeling lonely, I am in love with him. His name is Fruit Loop. He is lovely. If you're like looking for somebody, or you're thinking, oh, I don't want to be on my own no more, sometimes there's an aura we can put out that actually makes us seem a little bit more, I'm trying to put my words out nicely because we're on air, but like not desperate, but we could look a bit more needier, or we could have a barrier going up where we're not we're still not got over a past thing, or we're still a bit unsure about ourselves, so a barrier can go up. So when we're walking around our day-to-day business, or even if we're out socialising, whatever's going on in our hidden agenda will actually expand in our aura and show the people around us. So when we're more in tune with ourselves and actually feel good about ourselves, we've got more chance of attracting someone more positive in our life as well, because it also works. We will attract the wrong people if our aura is not right. I've picked for you spiritual strength number 9. And as I said, it was about our inner selves first. This is a little, that's what it's a lot like. It's like the big Buddha is behind, almost holding the roof up, and the little Buddha, the real size Buddha, is in front, because it's the inner side. So it's like you're pushing up the roof of your own inside information. So for me, this is random. I'm getting you in some kind of, I said about social life, I'm getting you in some sort of weird, I don't know if it's a nightclub or some kind of private club, but there's lots of, I'm feeling it's a lot of it's like ancient building work around. It's really weird. I'm seeing like it's done in some sort of Greek style nightclub or Greek style private, it's like a private club. And the setting looks very Greeky. I don't know if it's got like Greek gods around it or something, but I'm seeing something like that, and I'm getting some kind of lighting around it. I don't know if that's making any sense to you. I don't know if you work in this place or you know someone that does, but it's drawing me to this. So your relationship in love, ironically, is actually drawing me to a night out, which I always say to people, that's not where you're always going to find Mr. Right. But I think in your case, you do know somebody, or you go somewhere, and that's maybe where you're going to find them. But what it's also telling me first is that you must be in tune with yourself first. You need to radiate that positivity, because what you don't want is somebody that's going to let you down again, because of some reason I'm getting that in my head. Someone's let you down quite badly. I agree. Right now I'm working on myself. I don't date at all. Yeah. I'm getting the words let down. I feel that you've been let down quite badly. So you are, although you may be looking, and we will do a bit window shopping, I do feel at the moment you're not quite ready to I'm not going to say trust, because we've got to trust ourselves. Once we trust ourselves, it doesn't matter who, because we're picked the right vibe. I just feel at the moment you need to carry on working on yourself, but look out for that nightclub. Let me know where you live, Laura, but this place feels quite exclusive, and it's very Greek. I can never say that word. What's the word? Methodically, is it? Methodically? But it's lots of Greeky looking things. It's grapes hanging in your mouth. No, it's not like that. But you know what I mean. I have been let down a lot, yeah. That's the words they gave me, let down. That was quite clear in my ear, actually. She's been let down. Not everyone's the same, though. And like I said, work on your aura, and your aura will attract the right people. And if you're feeling a bit crap in the day, don't go out. Don't go out the days you feel rubbish. But no, it is our aura. Our aura attracts, sends out, it's like little signals go vibrating out, and you will attract the right people. So there you go. You will send out the wrong aura, Mr. P. Well, there you go then. That's probably all she could do within her power. Right then, who we got next? I'm in the United States, so I'm not sure. I will keep my eyes open for a place like that, though. That's interesting, because no, because I know from, I mean, it depends where, I mean, but again, everything's bigger and better in the USA, but it was very, what I call exclusive. If you ever watched Miami Vice, the original, not the new film that was remade, they used to go in, because that was filmed in Miami, obviously, they used to go into these really like massive discotheque things with lasers and all that going in there. And then you could go, I remember when I was in New York, I went to quite a strange place, but it was really elaborate. So in the United States, if you've got anything like that, it's always going to be better than anything we've got over here. But it feels very, it's not tacky, it's done in a very nice way, and it looks exclusive. So I think it's one of those VIP places. So bear that in mind. unless I'm going, but I doubt it very much because I don't think I'll be back to the States for a long time the way this has gone for the last 2 years. Anyway, who's next? Thanks for the glam comment. Not looking glam right now. Anything from my work-wise. I know how you feel, Karen, but we can't always look glam. And anyway, some days it's just nice to be our true selves. I can't wait to get my PJs on. I could tell you I've still got my PJ bottoms on, but I haven't. I have got trousers on. I'm very, I am very dressed, yes. I would not sit here. Well, of course I'm dressed. You can see I'm dressed. But yeah, but there's nothing wrong with having a dress down day. But there's nice things to have, when we glamour. I've just picked obstacles and challenges again for you, Karen, number 5. Mr. P, you'll be able to find it this time, won't you? Okay, and I've also got, I don't know what that was, I've just been shown some kind of I keep getting drawn to office environments. I don't know if I was right earlier on with the other person about the office, because we couldn't see their comments, could we? But I'm getting drawn back to an office environment. I don't know if I'm just one big administration-y, office-y, corporate-y thing at the moment, but I am getting all that. I'm seeing some kind of pen holder. If you've got something on a desk, this is really bizarre. It's like fluffy. It looks like a pen holder, but it's fluffy. I'm just getting a picture of that, and I don't know why, unless I'm picking up somebody else. But they've just shown me that. So let me know if that makes sense. Work-wise, I feel like there's been a little bit of not a disruption, where something's sort of slowed down a bit, and they've rechanged. Well, everything slowed down in COVID, unless you were working on the front line. But I feel like because it slowed down, they looked at different ways of running this business, and it's actually now caused a little bit of disruption on people worrying about how much work they've got to do, or how their jobs are affected, because I feel like the contracts haven't been changed, but somebody's messing around with the day-to-day workload. I even feel like there's been a couple of times you've considered looking at something else, changing your job, but you're a bit nervous about doing that. No what? Ah, right. So no, what was the no to? Because I'm waffling. No to working in an office. Oh no, the thing on the desk. Sorry, Karen. It's sorry. It's because no. So is there anything on your desk? Because I'm really being drawn to this, and it does feel fluffy or bright, and if I say fluffy, it's more like bright coloured, and yeah, it's definitely got some kind of structure to it, 3D structure to it. I don't know what I'm being shown. Let me know if she says whether it is in an office environment, because I am getting drawn to a big corporate officey environment. And I do feel that there's been changes in roles, but not a fluffy thing that's come up. But I feel like she's got something. It's a joke thing, but it's also quite sentimental on her desk or in her workspace area. But yeah, I just feel at the moment there's a lot of changes, and it's not been made. Haven't got the same desk every day. Oh, you're hot desking. Right, okay. Wonder if you've sat somewhere with somebody else's. I'll get hot desking. They brought that in before I left the office world. Hard work that is. I just feel then that your work situation at the moment, there's no structure. People are very worried things are being changed, but not changed officially, and there's no structure. Hot desking is a very sort of been in now. It's been in for a few years now, but it was something I think brought into big companies to try and keep things moving. But it also is to free up spaces and see where they really need the staff. So I don't know if you've been worried about your job. You're right about bitchy with the last person. Yeah, all jobs have someone that's going to play up. I mean, even we do in play up. We do even in the lovely world of spirits. Not everyone's lovely, and that's unfortunately it's life. I've done all sorts of jobs, even going back to working in a factory, and sometimes I just think where you think people are going to be nice, they really are truly quite unpleasant. And all I've learned is that's a reflection of people. That's their something wrong with them. There's something going on in their life, and they reflect it out in a nasty way. Sometimes people don't, I think, want to be nasty. They just don't know how not to be, or what else someone may have done it to them. And also some people are quite lonely, and I think they either make up stories or they are bitchy just to so there's a lot of reasons behind it. I always try and see the good in it, even though it's hard if you're on the receiving end. But let me know about the job if you feel that your job's like at threat, or there's been changes, structural changes that are making people feel edgy, because I just feel that no one feels settled and there's no clean structure to your work. If you have been looking at other jobs, because I do feel that you've been flicking through the sort of adverts online, you are never, and I don't mean this in a horrible way, but you are never too old to change your job, ever. Doesn't matter what age you are. I am now technically at retirement age if I wanted to retire early, and it would never stop me looking. I mean, I took a job at the NHS just to make ends meet in COVID, but at the same time, if I wanted to do something else, I would. Nothing would stop me now doing anything I want to do, including running my own business. So don't ever be fazed by, sometimes we get caught up in that material world. But that's what I'm getting with you. There's changes in job roles, but there's no clear structure. And there's a bitch in the office. And I hope she's not watching. Or a he, because it could be a he. Men can be just as bad these days. I'm temporary, wondered if I should look now for a new job. Right, so that's why I'm getting that structure of no clear structure in your job. Yes, definitely. Or temp in different. Do you know, some people I know now temp all the time, just go because they like the change. They like the different company all the time. Some people like God, I can't get my words out. Continuity. They like to be in that role, and continue and feel safe. I have to put my teeth in. Other people actually enjoy meeting new people, doing different things and coming and going. I mean, I'm a bit slow now. It takes me 6 weeks to get used to it, and then I'll be moving again. It wouldn't be no good for me. But yes, if you that's what I'm getting. There was no clear structure. So yes, look for a new job while you're temping. Look for a job that suits you, because I don't think you're overly happy. Look for a job that will work with everything. I always say this to people: put out a list to the universe of what job you want, how much you would like an hour, how many hours you'd like to do, and what job you'd like to do to fit in with stuff. And it's amazing what you get back when you're more positive about it. I've just sent off 6 job applications if anyone's watching. Teresa White, hello everyone, and good afternoon. Good afternoon. She's got the sun out, Richard. She's got the sun wherever she is. And may I ask if you CB wants to continue? Right, hang on. May I ask if you CB wants to continue this friendship, or is he not interested? It was a long friendship. I would appreciate any guidance of what guides I need to ask. The love guide. No, Venus, the goddess of love. I've got her statue on my fireplace. A very beautiful statue, I may add. Again, when it comes to love, me and Polly have talked about this on the Sunday sofa. You can make spells, love potion spells, and you can do meditations and try and bring in a love interest, and you can try and make somebody that you like be interested in you. But let's be realistic. Even if our witchy powers could really do that, and I'm not saying they can't, why would we make someone want to be with us? Because we would want someone to be with us because they wanted to. Because if they're not 100% in it, then why would we want them? Because we deserve 100%. We don't deserve a little bit. We deserve 100%. So you're asking if he wants to continue this relationship. And you're also talking you're talking friendship, aren't you? Which is a different thing altogether. I've got firm foundation with you, number 4. Got it? Firm foundation is seen as the heart. You can with the red triangle in his back, it can be seen as the ground. This has gone at me head. The red chakra, the grounding chakra that's in our lower back. It's about keeping firm foundations on the ground. It is firm foundations of firm friendships. Some people enjoy a friendship and don't want to go any further because they don't want to ruin that friendship. You're saying it's been a long friendship. That mountain in front of him is making me feel that sometimes, though, it's been a hard friendship. I don't think it's always been an easy friendship. So guidance-wise, you've obviously grown to look at this person in a different light. Your friendship's blossomed into love, but is that love as a friend or more of an intimate kind? I'm not sure it's reciprocated on. Oh God, I've got to stop using these words by them, and and I don't want to upset anyone or make but that's what I'm feeling. I think the friendship was they were quite happy with that. I get a sense that they're a little bit scared to commit. I think they've got commitment issues. I feel that they probably got some stuff in their past, so they're not very good at commitment anyway. So they were quite happy with the friendship. I also feel that this is a friendship, how can I put this? And people say no strings attached. What's the word? Friends with benefits. I can't get away with saying that live. Which again is great as long as both adults understand that. But unfortunately, I don't believe that can ever happen, because I think people convince themselves they can have friends with benefits, but actually one or both will get attached in some way or feel they need to break away, and that makes it hard if you've had a friendship first. So for me, you can call on the gods and the guides, you can call on archangels. Shamal, I want to say, is the one for love. You could call on all of them actually to bring in a bit, and you could, like I said, you could call to the goddess Venus, goddess of love. But realistically, look within yourself, because I think you really know this friendship's not going any further than just being a very long friendship. And if you don't want to lose this person in your life indefinitely, then maybe just accept the friendship for what it is. So I hope that makes sense, Anna. Anne. I don't know why I want to call you Anna, and I do apologise. Mr. P. Hi, Kate. You're new with us, Kate Catton. Hi, Chloe Owens. Hello, Richard Taylor. Hello, Sherry Hanger. Yeah, thought we had that one earlier. Okie doke. Jackie Spendlove. My daughter's dad died 3 weeks ago, aged 51. Sadly in his sleep. We have his funeral on Thursday. I just want my daughter to know if he's at peace. Excuse me. She's devastated he's gone. She's only 22. Sorry, Jackie. Did he have something wrong with his throat? Someone's excuse me. I feel like someone had, I can't talk, something's gone in my throat. I'll just verify that if that comes up, Richard. Need to clear that one out. 22 is no age. Well, it's no age to leave. I was 50, just over 50 when my dad died, so it's no age. We don't know why he died. I'm just getting something wrong. So if you don't know why he's died, and it's only 3 weeks ago, obviously clearly there's some other investigations going on. I am getting something with my throat. I'm struggling to. I just can't explain it. I feel my throat's on fire. Struggling, and I know I've been moaning tonight about different things, but that came in quite suddenly, so I don't know what's going on there. So I do feel there was something going on with his throat. I don't know whether he had been incubated actually, or whether, but there was something going on with my throat. It was quite uncomfortable, and it was burning. It was very hard to. It was narrow. The only way I could describe that. Your daughter and yourself, if he's the father of your children, are obviously massively still in early stages of grief. You know, it's just also raw. If there's no conclusion on his death either, that's going to be playing a massive part. I've picked Passion Ignited #1, and that might seem a bit weird under the circumstances, but it's showing the heart chakra, and at the moment your daughter's heart feels a bit like that it's on fire. Is it on the screen yet, Mr. Pete? So it's #1, Passion Ignited. So it's a bit like the heart is on fire, it's burning. He was half as far as we knew. Okay. It's like, how could this happen? It's 1 minute you're really happy, and then it's like someone literally has ripped out your heart when that happens. And especially when it's a parent. I mean, not any loss is sad, but when it's a parent, it's really hard to contend with. No, he was dead when they found him. He was an entertainer and had just done a show. Okay, so if he'd just done a show, and maybe I'm getting it because he would have been quite vocal. Yeah, vocal. I just really, I'm guessing if there's no answer there, there's obviously some form of sort of coroner's or post-mortem of some sort, because they'd obviously have to find out. But I am getting something wrong with my throat. My throat's really, unless he was singing and being quite jolly all through the entertaining and just struggled, but it is really quite uncomfortable for me at the moment. And with reference to her, I just think there's no right or wrong way to grieve, and there's no time frame to grieve, and it's going to be harder until you know what's wrong with him and what was wrong with him. And then when you find that out, you're still going to struggle because it's dealing with everything that's going on. And as a mum, it's going to be painful for you to be watching her and not knowing how to help her and how to get her through this. But it is a daily thing. You have to take each day as it comes. You have to get up each day and try and focus just on that day, and you just have to try and get through those 24 hours. I can almost feel the heartache around her. It's quite crushing at the moment, but I also feel I'm getting that from you as well, that obviously it's crushing you to not know how to deal with this. Some people can cope well in trauma and can step up, and other people just really don't know what to do. And I feel at the moment everyone's at a loss. I feel that people don't know what to say, what to do the right thing, or how to cope with it. He was on a cruise ship, went to bed and died. Yes, he was a comedian, singer and entertainer. Yeah, so that is quite sad. I still think it's still throat related, despite the fact he would have been obviously using his voice quite a bit. I think it was throat related. And obviously that's not something you're going to know just yet. Yes, it's so heartbreaking. It's because it's sudden. Like I said, in that card, you can see how the heart's on fire. Normally in Passion Ignited, it's a card representing how someone reunites with someone, but in this case it's like someone literally ripped it apart and destroyed it. When someone dies suddenly, it's a shock. It's a massive, I mean, all death is shocking, but when people are ill, although we never really prepare ourselves for it, we sort of prepare that someone's going to pass. When someone dies suddenly, there's no rhyme or reason to that. 1 minute they were there, 1 minute they're not. 1 minute they're talking to you, and then they're not. And it's so hard for people to get past that. The shock is massive. So that is the stages you are in. 3 weeks is nothing. You are all in shock. It's also the fact that he wasn't even here, close enough to get that news in the way you would have probably received it. Again, it's just adding on trauma after trauma. So all I can say to you as a mum, from one mum to another, you've just got to be there. Even just be there, not necessarily say the right thing, just be there and help her how you can. And when she wants to talk, let her talk. But this is so early, it's so hard to explain. Some people have come to me straight after a death and asked me to connect to their loved ones. Although I do mediumship, I'm nowhere near as strong a medium as some of the other mediums on this channel. But I always worry that your grief needs to come through first. People haven't accepted the trauma, the shock is still there, and that needs to be done first. So I very rarely would read for someone straight away because I'm more concerned about what sort of shock, what sort of state of trauma they're in, and that's more important. So at the moment, Jackie, I would say just keep being a mum for her. Everyone's at peace when they pass, and I truly believe that. Everyone. The way you've described what happened to him and the way I feel with my throat, I do feel he wasn't even aware. I don't feel he suffered. I feel, like you said, he went to sleep and that was it. So he's passed in a very peaceful way, because when we're asleep, we go into our subconsciousness anyway. So for me, he has passed peacefully anyway. But anyone that passes, I truly believe in the work I do that everyone is at peace. Whatever was wrong with them, if someone was, really poorly before they passed, they are finally at peace, and that illness disappears. That illness is no longer with them, and they can, they're not suffering no more. So he's definitely at peace. I don't think at the moment, though, your daughter's really going to accept that, because she's in shock, as are you. So yes, you can tell her he's at peace, and I'm no different than if you had a ceremony and a vicar said, "Oh, they're now at peace." It's hard for the people left behind to accept that. It's not as hard for people like me, because we trust our spiritual path and we know that they're at peace. But it is so hard when the reality happens to somebody and it happens to them, that trying to put that into words. But yeah, please do reassure her he is at peace, and I don't believe he suffered. What I was getting was probably how it was at the end, but if he was asleep, he wouldn't have felt that. Definitely not. So I hope that gives us some comfort. And much love to you all, Jackie. It's going to be a tough time for you all, but you just got to be there for each other. Hi, Millie B. Let's do that one. Hi, Jane. Can I please have guidance on my current mental health, emotions, struggles? Yeah, okay. Let's see what we can do for you, Millie. Fertility I've got for you, number 3. Before I read that card, if you've got that, Mr. P, I'm not going to read, Millie, I'm not going to read this as a card direct. I mean, people see fertility and straight away think, oh, babies. That's not the case always. It's about a rebirth. And we've gone back to the heart chakra again with what I've just said with the Jackie. The heart is very big in everything we do. Heart is where our emotions and everything comes from our heart. So I'm going to do this more on a generic, because so many people are suffering now with mental health, emotions. They all sit in the same bracket. Mental health is a massive spectrum. People underestimate what sits under mental health, how it affects people, individuals. No one has the monopoly on it. No one doesn't have suffering any more than anyone else, because it's how the individual is coping in their day-to-day life. I see quite a lot of clients with my healing that are struggling with anxiety and stress-related conditions, which is mental health. I also work in my day job at the NHS, seeing lots of more people being admitted with some serious mental health struggles, and it's quite distressing to watch. And I get quite upset by it, because I've just seen how in the last 2 years it's just literally gone out the roof. But we should never dismiss it. And when people, the best bit is when people acknowledge it. So you're saying, obviously, you need guidance. So at least you've acknowledged it. So many people don't even realise it's crept up on them. So many people don't realise that they've gone from maybe a day-to-day routine that seemed normal and healthy to suddenly acting slightly out of character. And I think that's where it gets worrying, because people don't realise how that crept in and come along, and those on the outside don't know what's wrong with somebody. And there's nothing worse than someone going, oh, sort yourself out, get over it, shake it off. It's not as easy as that. Just because it doesn't look physical, it is physical. It is something, the chemistry, whatever in your brain, something is not working properly. So for me, with your card and the fertility, how you see that with the tree, it is about acknowledging it and understanding how, excuse me, each day you can work with it to ensure you don't go down different routes. So I would say your struggles and your emotions are tied in with that, because when you're suffering with your mental health, you're not thinking how you would normally think on a day-to-day basis. So everything is escalated, everything seems more painful, or everything seems more darker, and our emotions are not acting. It's like someone's rewired us wrong. So I've been struggling so much recently, and I did say earlier about people feeling low in energy, feeling low in general, just struggling. It is a massive. There's a lot of energy going on, and that will affect the more sensitive people that are empathic. I think a lot of mental health issues are related to people are very spiritual. They are more sensitive and pick up things more sensitive, sensitivity, and I think that's a massive. I find mental health and psychology in that quite fascinating, because I think there's massive links in some of the stuff that goes on with us and why we maybe struggle more, others, because we can absorb more and we don't know how to put it back out there. So I don't think that your struggle is any different, or everyone is on a different path on their struggle. You just have to acknowledge it, which you have, and you've just got to work with that on a daily basis. And if you are feeling low, find out the ways that can just lift you, because you only need. I know they do these tests, don't they? These awareness tests, and ask you questions and you've got to answer them on a scale to whatever, and they tick. And then if you go too high up, that's when they think, they're depressed or they've got mental health issues. But some days are different to others. So I think it's about the acknowledgement of each day and finding one thing in that day that just gets you motivated, or gets you out of bed, or gets you to step out of the house. Because a lot of people won't even step out of the house when they've got mental health issues. A lot of people won't answer the phone, which sounds mad because we've all got phones in our hands these days. But a lot of people won't even correspond with that mobile that's stuck in their hand. Everyone will react differently and feel they're isolated and on their own. But everyone in their own way are suffering. It's the lows, and I'm just worried I don't want to ever go back to a horrible place. I'd say, Millie, it's because the fact that you're acknowledging it, you won't go back in a horrible place because you're acknowledging it. Like I said, the really dark, horrible places, most people don't, they happen because they haven't acknowledged what's been going that way. If you've been suffering with mental health over a period of time, which I'm getting you have, and you've been aware of your mental wellness, then you're already aware of the signs. And it's like, if you put it out and because it's still a word that people are scared to use, but it's like any illness. I suffer with fibromyalgia. I know when I'm going to get a flare up. I know the symptoms. I know what might make me worse. It's the same thing. You will know when you're starting to feel anxious, or that things are changing and you're not doing your normal day-to-day stuff. You're acknowledging it, and as long as you can acknowledge it and actually work on how to not go further down that route, or try and find strategies. A lot of people do. A lot of people go run. They like running. They go to the gym. Exercise, we all know, is good for any kind of anxiety and stress. There's always. I'd probably eat ice cream. I don't know. I'd find that I wouldn't be running and going to the gym after I broke my leg. But there's lots of ways that can make and uplift your endorphins. Excuse me. So the fact you're acknowledging it, I would say, don't overthink that and worry, because you're acknowledging it on a day-to-day basis. So stay positive, Mintley, as best you can. Keep tuning in to these shows, because that shows you're never alone. And we have talked about mental health before in the past. I actually did a show on it on the brunch. We have covered it on many a times, and I've openly admitted I had a meltdown myself last year and never thought I'd go down that hole. You're not alone. Too many of us have suffered in one way or the other, and you just need to just remember that you're definitely not alone. Okay. And now I've got Michael Jackson singing in my ear. Right, Kate, I feel so low. I work in the medical department in France. But even me, I find it very hard at the moment. I have answers for others, but not exactly for myself at the moment. So it can happen to all of us. It definitely can, Kate. I could sit and do this show. I could have people sat in front of me and do my readings. I'm currently doing one-to-one workshops with people, and I can open up all their spiritual stuff, and then they can go out the door, and then I can sit there and sometimes ask the same questions in my own head and can't answer them. I might work spiritually and I might be advising, especially in my psychic counselling role, but sometimes we don't get ourselves right. That's definite, especially when we are helping others. To work in a medical department in France, I don't know enough about how different countries got affected in this pandemic because I don't watch the news, but I do know every country's had their fill of different things. The fact that I work for the NHS in this country, there are days that I just struggle seeing what I'm seeing. It's even harder that then I've got to go back and do this, my work, my business work, because it's just so much pain and heartache all around. So it is hard, and it can happen to us all. And that's what I was saying, it can creep up on you. I've always been quite a tough cookie. I've always got on with things. I've always thought I could pick myself up. But when I had my accident last year, on top of everything else that had probably gone on in the last 5 to 6 years, I just don't think I could take no more, because something will always come and just take you back down. But at the moment, I think as a world, the world, everyone at the moment is at a low. There are not many people out there that are going to be on a high. Even if they're saying they are, we've had a massive thing happen in our lifetimes, and it's affected the world. Rightly or wrongly, whatever people's views are, it's still affected us all as individuals. We're all being affected. And if you're working in any kind of caring profession, it's definitely going to affect you. So you've just got to stay strong. And you've just got to know, like I've just said to Millie, when you can't do it no more, or when you need time out. And do you know what I've learned? If you need time out, you take it, because no job, nothing in the world is worth making yourself ill over. I'm in a physiotherapy ward. What helps me is helping others help me forget what happens in my life. My patients give me so much. Yeah, but we mustn't forget what goes on in our life. As I said earlier on in the beginning of the show, we can't always lock things away. We can think we have and deal with them, but we can't. If they're hiding there, they'll come back and bite us in the bum. So if helping others helps you on a day-to-day, that's fine. But if you're hiding from something, or you're not dealing with your own inner demons, so to speak, you do need to address that, because you're only doing part of it by giving your time and energy to others and helping them. I've just got intuition quickly for you, because we're going to end it in a minute. Number 2. And I just said about locking things away and hiding away, and straight away when I look at that card, that's what it's telling me. You need to open up a bit more and start acknowledging some of the stuff that's gone on with you. That's almost telling me, I want to say to you, look in the mirror. You need to look in the mirror more and see what Kate is staring back at you. Put the face on in work and help others by all means, but don't come home and be a different Kate and hide, I'm going to say, the darker side, but not the darker side in a horrible way. Just be more open and honest, and open up those wounds and put them to bed once and for all. Don't let your patients take all of it from you. You need something there for you. Okay. So we have finished the show, lovely people. Sorry my voice kept going in and out. Hopefully that will clear up by Friday, but I'll be in the dark Friday, so I don't care. When we do Sense in Spirit, I'll be in pitch black. Might come in my PJs, Mr. P. No, I won't. But please, 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 they won't be see-through, no. No, that won't be happening. Yes, I know. I know my discotheque days, when I used to go clubbing, never put white pants on under an outfit, because it went straight through when you went under the dance floor lights. I learnt that very young age. But anyway, on a more serious note, please do, anyone that's watched tonight and brought up some of the questions to do with our well-being, with our mental health. I've just actually done a course in mental health first aid because I am quite passionate about mental health. Passionate because I went down that place. Passionate because my own children in some ways have suffered. People around me have suffered. Also because I'm seeing it in my job, in my spiritual work, in my NHS work, and I just, as a person that works with, an empath, it is horrible to watch, and we all want to try and help people, but we must all remember not to let it, take us down a route where we don't ask for help. That's what this channel's for. That's what people are on here for. And if you ever feel that low, tune in and watch us, or tune in and watch somebody. I don't care who you watch it, but just remember, we're all here to help you. This is a community. This is what we set it up for, and we need to all stick together and keep sending healing out, because that's what we all need. All of us, doesn't matter what people think, we all need healing. So on that note, don't forget I'm back Friday night. I might mention it once or twice. And Heidi Spice, so you can pack that in, Too Many Nights in Ritzy's. I actually went there when it was a Mecca, so now I'm showing my age, long before Ritzy's. But yeah, I will be back Friday night with Sense and Spirit. Who have you got on tomorrow night, Mr. P? So Wednesday, 8 p.m. UK time, live with Spirit. Don't know who it is, so just tune in and see. Kerry Piggins will be on live with Spirit, so that's what you got Wednesday. Okay, so no palmistry on Thursday night, but Deb Clark's going to step in and do some readings. And then Friday, it's me. Did I happen to mention that? I can't remember. So yes, please do join in. Oh, and then I'm back again on the Sunday sofa. Yeah, week it's about, we do. I do it all the time. I disappear for weeks on end, and then I come back and you get too much of me and you'll get bored. But no, but that is us finished. Thank you everyone for joining in. Let's felt a little bit down. Hope I've lifted your spirits a little bit, and if not, go and put a good comedy on. That's what lifts me, or play some really loud music. But yeah, much love to you all. Oh, what time Friday, please? 8 p.m. we are, UK time, Nikki. Yeah, 8 p.m. live on set, live on location with some little helpers. We got Heidi and Alison coming all the way, and Tina coming to help me live on location. So there you go. That would be fun. So that's where we'd be, Nikki, 8 p.m. So depending how we feel, depending if I lose my voice totally, no, I'll be all right by then. I'll be having loads of honey and lemon. We will, maybe afterwards, we might stay on and just do like a chat. So if anyone wants to sort of, with cake and coffee. We'll be eating the cake and the coffee. You'll be watching us. But yeah, so look forward to that. We'll see how we all manage after the show. So anyway, on that note, I'm going to go. I'm going to make myself a cup of tea. Much love to you all. Thank you for joining me. I will be back in a month. He will schedule me back in properly. And I will see you there on my psychic counselling show after the weekend. So take care. Bye.